My good friend, my ambassador in America for Lafta Republic. How are you, Jake? How are you coping? How is life treating you?
Life's all right. I'm doing well. How are you, Mr. President?
I am doing great. I'm a bit worried about the situation right now. It feels like Corona has become the Olympics, especially in America, where the Americans have now taken over in terms of number of infections compared to China. And I'm very, very concerned about our citizens who are currently in America, all over America. And what can we do for them? Are you in touch with left Republicans in America?
I am in touch with the left Republicans. It is a dire situation, to say the least, out here. Our president has stalled for too long in slowing this virus. He did not follow the protocols of which Italy and China and everyone has been warning him to, and we are suffering direly from that.
I'm really sorry to hear that. You haven't caught the white man's disease, have you? You haven't caught the COVID yet.
No, I have not.
Okay, because I want you to. So are you self-isolating or you're just staying at home?
I am staying at home.
Okay. So it's a bit disheartening that a country like America, who keeps lecturing African countries, doesn't even have a decent healthcare system. But that's not my problem. They will have to sort themselves out. But I need to find a way of getting you and all the left Republicans out of America. How do you think we could do that right now? Because I understand he's shut the borders and didn't build his wall, did he? But he shut the borders. His press conferences are appalling. It's all about him, me, rather than other people.
That's absolutely correct. It is a very difficult situation currently. All the borders are shut, as you mentioned.
So what are you doing as a left Republic ambassador to get people out, especially left Republicans? We have to find a way.
Well, as I said before, it's taken a very long time for our president to respond out here.
I'm a bit worried that you are calling him your president, and you are supposed to be left Republican. Your alliance should be with me. You're a left Republican citizen sent you to America to represent left Republic, and you keep calling Trump your president. That's not right. What's going on here? Are you defecting like most North Koreans like to defect? Is that what you're trying? Are you defecting to become an American citizen? You keep saying you're president.
No, sir, Mr. President.
Do I still have your support? Sorry?
Oh, the media going to my head, the American media.
The American media. Shut down that media. Which one do you watch? Is it fake news? Is it Fox News or
it almost
or,
fake news, sir.
And CNN? You should be watching Al Jazeera. If it wasn't because of this coronavirus thing, we were going to launch our new Left Republic TV station, but I've had to put that on hold at the moment, pending when this is going to be over. So what's happening in America? When is this? Is it true they found a vaccine for this? They've got the cure?
No, it is not true. I do not know where you're getting your information, Mr. President, but the vaccine, well, the CDC says it is about 12 to 18 months off, which is, by then, there's no knowing how many confirmed cases there will be and how many confirmed deaths there will be. We must flatten the curve, as they say, because our hospitals are currently being overwhelmed with new cases constantly.
Do you think Donald Trump, because he's very, very proud, do you think that he will accept any support I provide the Americans? You know, because we can fly our doctors and nurses in to help America. But, you know, I just remember what he said about fictional African countries, and they're shitball. So why should I help America right now? It's just, what's the point? I just need to get you guys out of there. That's my main worry at the moment, because in every other country, left Republicans are back in Baghdad. And it's only America at the moment because he shut the bloody borders and he's talking nonsense, dumb fuckery, rubbish in the press. And, you know, I hate watching these press conferences. They depress me.
I think the best course of action for the Lafta Republic is to bring in our choppers and bring them to deserted zones like New York and fly out the infected Lafta Republicans, if there are any.
So you remember my late father, Idi Amin Dada, was dealt a severe blow when the Israelis came to Uganda and, invaded Uganda, you suspect that I could possibly do what the Israelis did to my father, do that to Trump, and just invade America? Because obviously right now, the country is very weak. The focus is on COVID, 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 COVID. This is a good time to invade the country and get my people out. Maybe I should do some kind of Entebbe invasion, just like the Israelis did to my late father, Idi Amin Dada.
I think that may be the best course of action currently. As I said, all the borders are currently closing. Even from the other side, Mexico has closed off the border between Mexico and America because they are worried. There's over 60,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in America, and in Mexico there's less than 500. And
very, very sad. How can we do this? How can we plan this? How can we plan this raid? I definitely want to give it a name. Maybe Operation Lafta Republic, or what would you suggest? We have to give it a military name, Operation COVID or COVID invasion, or what do you think?
I'll need time to think about that. I think the best way to go about this is, well, as I said, I'll have to think about the name. That's going to take a bit more time.
Yeah, take more time. And we have to agree a time for when we can do this invasion. I just hope that the CIA and the CIA and FBI are not listening to this conversation, because if that is, that's going to be dumb fuckery. You know?
Yes.
So how's your family? How's your wife and children? Are they good?
They are well. I'm keeping them isolated away from this disease, from this horrible, horrible disease.
I'm glad that you haven't caught it and you've got enough food and how you keeping sane, because I haven't heard from you since the outbreak, and it's been worrying for me. You're the only ambassador who hasn't really been in touch with me, which is very, very worrying.
Well, as you know, it's very busy, and I don't always have access to our Lafta Republican proxy servers to have a private transmission between you and I. So I try to avoid it unless I know for absolutely certain that there is no one else wiretapping our calls.
Okay, so you think we're being wiretapped at the moment?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. So this is my task for you, my friend. Ambassador Jake, I am trusting you with everything I have got. We've got to bring you and the Lafta Republicans in America out of that country. Do you know how many Lafta Republicans are infected by COVID at the moment? Because if they are, then they shouldn't really come back to our country.
Well, I have had minimal contact with other civilians and other Lafta Republicans. I have been trying to keep track as best I can.
But you must know how many Lafta Republicans are in America?
In America, or that are infected?
In America, including those who are infected. How many Lafta Republicans? Because I know there are quite a few who absconded, those who were not happy with my presidency and they defected. I'm not worried about those ones. Those ones can remain in America and die. I couldn't care less. But for those who support my presidency, how many of them are now? Because I know the figures keep jumping. I've tried to get hold of my Home Secretary. I've not been able to get hold of him today, but I just need to have some facts. I can't remember how many he told me last time, but as my ambassador, you should know how many Lafta Republicans are in America.
In America, there's currently roughly 65,000, although I do believe we will have to interrogate each and every one of them to make sure there are no defectors or rebels.
Yes, I think that is really important. And for that 65,000, how many of them are infected?
Currently, we've been keeping that to a minimum. There's only about 452 confirmed cases of Lafta Republicans.
Well, this is what I would suggest you do then. The 450 that are infected, let them remain in America. Let them remain in America, because there's nothing we can do for them. Nothing at all we can do for them. So let them remain in America and bring the rest. My math fails me, but if you are saying we've got 65,000 and 450 are currently infected, then those need to remain in America, and let's get the rest out immediately. Yes. That is your task. You have to come up with a plan, and you come back to me by tomorrow, same time tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Let's have a chat in terms of what your plan is out of America. Those not infected. Those who are infected can remain where they are.
All right, that sounds good, Mr. President.
And I have to say to you as well, and I'm being very, very blunt, make sure you don't get infected, Jake. Ambassador Jake, make sure you're not infected, because if you are, you will remain in America.
I will do my best to stay safe, Mr. President.
Okay, so what time should I expect your call tomorrow? Because I'm very, very busy with lots of people I need to talk to.
I think about 12:30 tomorrow, your time will be good.
Okay, so if I say 1 o'clock, because I have a meeting with the North Korean dictator at 12:30, I think there are some lessons we can learn. It's really amazing how North Korea is not reporting any COVID. I know that they had one person and they shot that person. I don't want to go down that route. That's why I'm saying that for those 450 who are currently in America, let them remain in America.
Yes, they will remain here.
Okay.
Although
Ambassador,
I strongly believe that you should send out medical helicopters to screen the rest of them before we defect them back to the Lafta Republic.
are you now suggesting that out of that 65,000 less 50, you're not sure whether some of them are already infected, or are we checking them because they are defectors, or checking them because they've got COVID?
No, Mr. President. But as I'm sure you are aware, there's a minimum 14-day incubation period, and we must be very careful.
I understand that, but this thing has been around since December, and America was so late to respond to it. At one point, I remember when my people were telling me that Trump said it was just a flu. It was just a flu. But this is more than a flu. So we don't know. Do you know when these 450 were infected? And do you know whether they have, mixed with the remaining 650,000 or whatever it is, Lafta Republicans in America? Do you know? Are they all within the same community, or are they spread across America?
Our great military has done a good job at locking them off from the rest of them, isolating them away from everyone else.
So, Ambassador, can you just repeat what the goals are for tomorrow, and what you're reporting back to me tomorrow at 1 o'clock?
I will screen the remaining 65,000 and prepare everyone I will prepare the citizens for being defected back to Lafta Republic, and I will isolate those 450 and keep them away from the rest and make sure they do not come with us.
Yeah, it's really, really important. I couldn't care less. What is the age range of this 450? Do you know?
The age range is about 14 to 36.
14 ages of 14 to 36.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's some young children involved in this. That's quite sad. That's really strange. So it's not affecting the elderly. It's really affecting, Lafta Republicans between the age of 14 and 36.
Our information groups seem to believe this is because they are more inclined to break the lockdown and go out and interact with other people.
Okay. And out of that 14 to 36, are you saying some of them are defectors? They seem to be very young to be defectors.
I will have to screen them and make sure, but it does not seem that they are defectors. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay. Good. Look. Okay. So let me go now, because I've got to go into another meeting. We've just found out that the special advisor for the Prime Minister has also got coronavirus. Can you imagine? And he was the man behind the policy of making sure that it spreads like a herd community. And lo and behold, he also has coronavirus. So the British government is in crisis. And so I don't know what will happen. I'm also expecting a phone call from the Queen to see whether I can form a government, because right now there is no Prime Minister, there's no Chief Medical Secretary, there's no Health Secretary, there's no special advisor. There is a vacuum in the British leadership. And maybe this is about the right time for Lafta Republic to expand its empire, because America is caving in as well. So who knows, we can invade all these weak countries with their weak healthcare system. I see this as an opportunity, Ambassador.
All right. Affirmative, Mr. President. That sounds like a wonderful idea, and I believe you make the right decision. You
take care, and 1 o'clock tomorrow, let's have a good chat.
Thank you for this call. I will see you then.
And make sure you save this. I think it saves on MP4, and you can send it to me by email, and I can post it to our people so they know that I am not neglecting Lafta Republicans in America.
I will make sure that gets done.
Thank you, Jake, and take care of yourself. Lots of juice, lots of lemon, and drink some Nigerian Guinness. It helps. It helps with the with fighting corona.
Oh, it definitely helps.
Okay. Talk to you later.